Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Hari Hari. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Radhanath Swami Maharaja Radhanath Swami Maharaja. Jaya Radhanath Swami Maharaja Radhanath Swami Maharaja. Jaya Gurudeva 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 Jaya Gurudeva. Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Radhanath Swami Maharaj ki, Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari.
Hare Krishna. Shri Radha Kalachandji Bhagwan ki jai. Welcome, dear devotees, to our very special Super Saturday, as we call it. We are all disciples of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj and all our senior Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis from the Kalachandji community. We welcome you all for this very special day. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was born on 7th December 1950. So we celebrate his 75th appearance day as a Vyasapuja. So a very special day for his disciples to come together and try to reiterate his teachings, his instructions for all of us. So we are very grateful to each and every one of you for taking your time out to come here. We promise that this will be a very special experience. We have so many wonderful devotees who are eager to share their gratitude, their whatever inspired them. So it's an opportunity for all of us to learn, whether we are at this point a disciple of Radhanath Maharaj, or for that matter any of the spiritual sons of Srila Prabhupada. It's an opportunity for us to reiterate some of the qualities that a sadhana bhakta should have, and we just take this opportunity to learn from the life and instructions of such great personalities. So this is the event to do this. We will be requesting devotees to come forward and make offerings. So please, I'll announce the names, a few names in advance. So just be ready so that we can be in time. And we are also requesting to keep the offerings to around 3 minutes so that more devotees get a chance. One quick announcement is that since this is the 75th year and we are also having some devotees from Houston, so we would also like to welcome the devotees who are here from Houston. So can we have a show of hands who are here from Houston? Okay, so we have a few. Thank you so much, Prabhujis and Matajis, for driving all the way and helping us be together as a God family. So since we have devotees also from Houston and so many other devotees lined up, the decision was that we will also continue with the offerings beyond the lunch hour. So we will be taking a break around 1 o'clock. So the itinerary is as follows. We're going to start shortly. It's going to start with some of our young girls. They're going to sing the beautiful song, O He Vaishnava Thakur. After that, we'll start the offerings. It will go on till 12 o'clock. Somewhere before 12 o'clock, the Bhoga offerings will start. And at 12 o'clock, we'll take a break. There'll be Pushpanjali offerings. There'll be Artik. 1 o'clock, we'll all proceed to the sanctuary for the wonderful, wonderful feast. I'll talk about it towards the end. So I don't want you all to get hungry right away. So I'll talk about it when we are around the noon time. And after that, in the sanctuary itself, around 2:30, latest by 3, we will restart the offerings. We have some very special offerings, or rather devotees who got more time with Maharaj. We have slated them to speak during that time. We are also going to do some video presentations to see the wonderful exchanges that Maharaj has and his disciples has with each other. So video presentations, more nectarian offerings, and maybe a quiz. So a lot of things happening after lunch at the sanctuary. So just want to make sure all of you take full benefit. And that will continue almost till like 4 o'clock. So we wish everybody can be with us and make this a wonderful, memorable experience for all of us. So having said that, I'm going to request Diptumai Mataji to get your troops, the girls. We will, and one more quick housekeeping. Since I think the camera is here. Is that right? You want to say something? So since the live telecast is happening here, I was told that we have to stay within this space between Maharaj. Of course, that's how our life should be, between Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So we will be here. Those who would like to sit and make the offering, there's a chair. Prabhuji, if you don't mind, get this mic here. And for now, the girls can sit here, and we'll start with the song, and then I'll start inviting devotees for the offerings. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Today, on this auspicious occasion of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaja's Vyasapuja celebration, we'll be singing a Bengali bhajan, O He Vaishnava Thakura. This song was composed by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This bhajan focuses on glorifying the Vaishnavas and their many wonderful qualities. We have dedicated this bhajan to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaja's 75th Vyasapuja celebration. Now we will read the translation in which we will glorify the Vaishnavas.
और कुछ ना है.
Translation. Number 1. O Venerable Vaishnava, devotee of Krishna, O ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. Number 2. Teach me to control my 6 passions. Rectify my 6 faults. Bestow upon me the 6 qualities and offer me unto the 6 kinds of holy association.
Number 4. Number 3. I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtana of the holy name of Hari. Please bless me by giving me just 1 drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasures of the holy name of Krishna. Number 4. Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I am simply your servant, running behind you, shouting Krishna, Krishna.
O He Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edashe Karuna Kari. O He Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edashe Karuna Kari. O He Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edashe Karuna Kari. Diya Pada Chaya Shadha He Amaye Tomara Charana Dhari Tomara তোমার চরণ ধরি
শুধু হে মায়া তোমার চরণ ধরি তোমার চরণ ধরি
দিয়া পদ ছায়া শুধু হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরি তোমার চরণ ধরি
দিয়া পদ ছায়া শুধু হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরি তোমার চরণ ধরি
ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি
ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি
ছয় বেগদমি ছয় দশ সদি ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে
ছায়া বেগদমি ছায়া বশ সদি ছায়া গুণ দেহ দাসে
ছয় বেগদমি ছয় দশ সধি ছয় গুণ দেহ দাসে
ছায়া বেগদমি ছায়া বশ সদি ছায়া গুণ দেহ দাসে
ছয় সৎসঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে
ছায়া সৎসঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে
ছয় সৎসঙ্গ দেহ হে আমারে বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে বসেছি সঙ্গের আসে ছায়া সৎসঙ্গ দেহ হে আমায় বসেছে সঙ্গের আসে বসিছে সঙ্গের আছে ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি একাকী আমার নাহি পায় বল হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে
একাকী আমার নাহি পাবা হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে
একাকী আমার নাহি পায় বল হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে
একাকী আমার হরি পায়
তুমি কৃপা করি সদা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধনে তুমি কৃপা করি সদা বিন্দু দিয়া देहो कृष्ण नाम धाने देहो कृष्ण नाम धाने तुमी कृपा करी शोधा बिंदु दिया देहो कृष्ण नाम धने देहो कृष्ण नाम धने बिंदु दिया देहो कृष्ण नाम धाने ओ हे वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर ए दशे करुणा करी वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर ए दशे करुणा करी कृष्ण से তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমারও শক্তি আছে
কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমারও শক্তি আছে
কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমারও শক্তি আছে
কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পার তোমার শক্তি আছে
আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি দাই তব পাছে পাছে দাই তব পাছে পাছে আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি দাই তব পাছে পাছে দাই তব পাছে পাছে ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radhanath Swami Srila Gurudeva Jaya Radhanath Swami Srila Gurudeva
Jaya Radhanath Swami Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Radhanath Swami Jaya Gurudeva
Jaya Radhanath Swami Srila Gurudeva Jaya Radhanath Swami Srila Gurudeva
Jaya Radhanath Swami Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Radhanath Swami Srila Gurudeva
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur
Jaya Radha Kalachandji Radha Kalachandji Shri Radhe
Jaya Radha Kalachandji Radha Kalachandji Shri Radhe
Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadramai Jaya Sudarshana
Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadramai Jaya
Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai
Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Chila Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Hari Bol! Thank you so much. Yes, a big round of applause to all our little gopis. And I see a few gopas also. So thank you so much. Jai, Hari Bol. All right, I think this is a very, very wonderful way to start our proceedings with the right mood. So I request all the little gopis, you can take your seats. You want to take a bow or something? Yeah, good. Hari Bol, thank you so much. All right, so we'll continue now next with our next session. As I said, if you wish to come and sit on the chair, then this is an opportunity. If not, you can stand. The camera is there and we are being watched live on YouTube by many devotees who are not yet in the room. So, okay, so like I said, this is our opportunity to come together and churn the nectar pot, as they say. Trying to hear so many wonderful glories. It is, we all know, the scriptures mention that when we sing the glories of the devotees of the Lord is more pleased than when we sing the glories of the Lord himself. So I'm sure Shri Shri Radha Kalachandji will be smiling even bigger as we collectively share the glories of his great devotees and learn from their lives. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to announce like a couple of names so we can all come forward one after the other, and if you want, you can pay obeisances to Prabhupada and Maharaj, but it should be quicker so we don't it becomes more and more duration as we spend time for each person offering obeisances. So at your discretion you can come and get started, and as I said, maybe around 3 minutes would be an ideal time to make your offering. So we are going to start. I'm going to request His Grace Shankarshan Prabhu from Houston. After that, His Grace Manjari Gopika Mataji, and then Rajavihari Prabhu again from Houston. So I'm just trying to toggle between Houston and Dallas devotees, and we'll continue to do so. And as we go further, we will discuss more. And just to, while the devotees come forward, I thought as a service to all of us, I'll also occasionally speak about, or Maharaj there's a book called The Nectar Stream. I don't know how many of you have gotten a chance to read that book. It's a very beautiful compilation of statements or one-liners from His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj's speeches. They are very, very almost like the Narada Bhakti Sutra, the aphorisms, the single sentences which need to be unpacked, or they are very powerful and can change our consciousness. So there's so many things. So I'll try to speak a few of them in between the offerings. So Prabhuji, over to you.
Hare Krishna. I did not expect my name to be called first. That's a pressure. But Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami iti namine. On this very sacred occasion, on the 75th birthday of Guru Maharaj, I offer my heartfelt gratitude at your lotus feet, Guru Maharaj. I find myself very fortunate and lucky to be in the United States, because if I was somewhere in India or other place, I think it would have been very difficult, because I know lots of my friends back home in Mumbai, because I was introduced to ISKCON in Radha Gopinath temple back in maybe 1998. So many of my friends still do not have initiation. So there are so many devotees all over the world eagerly waiting for Maharaj's shelter and initiation. But I have seen that whenever Maharaj is traveling, he is not... there are so many preferences and policies from all his devotees, senior devotees. But I have many times seen that Maharaj specially doesn't enforce his preference or policies when he is traveling. He usually is very subservient to the temple president wherever he goes. And he sees what are the needs of that community. Based on the need of the community, he adjusts all his policies and preferences. He doesn't have to do that. But that comes very naturally to him, because he is very, humble and service oriented. So whatever the community needs, he will follow that, and he will give the initiations and shelter accordingly. Even when he last visited Houston, I was talking to our then temple president Shyam Sundar Prabhu. He told me that when he was staying in the sannyasi quarters, he did not want the AC to be on because he didn't like AC. He said, just turn off all the AC. I don't want it. And when Shyam Sundar Prabhu was walking with him to the temple, he requested him that, Maharaj, what temperature do you want in the temple hall? And Maharaj said, no, keep it whatever you are keeping regularly. Don't do anything. I am very good. So Prabhu said, but Maharaj, you don't like. No, don't worry. I like AC. Temple hall, keep it as it is. So he will, so usually I have seen this many times that Maharaj, he does what other people want him to do. He doesn't follow his policies strictly, but he makes sure that, the community is helped at large. That is what he makes sure. And many other time I have also seen that also during my, I was also fortunate in Houston to get a one-on-one with Maharaj and discuss some health issues, my wife's health issues. And I always remember one thing. My wife told him that, Maharaj, I don't like all these devotees coming and helping me every single day. How will I repay them? So I don't like it. But Maharaj said, don't worry about that. I will personally make sure that anyone who is helping you, I will give him or her a special blessing. So you should not worry. Let everyone come help you, and I will take care of all those devotees who are helping you today. So I was very, very happy to hear that, and he was busy. Like last time when we went to Chicago, there were like 50 initiations on second day, 50 of them. And Maharaj's health was not even good. He was really not having a good time. But since there was a commitment, an announcement was made, there were 50 devotees waiting to get his mercy, he started early in the morning. But by the time it came 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, he was like completely exhausted by that time. And that is when he decided that we need to stop this now, But he went on and on, 50-second initiation in one day. And he came early for that. He was not well. So, Maharaj, thank you very much. Thank you for uplifting this world by your humility and service spirit. And today, I pray to Maharaja and ask for one blessing. If I can even get a small drop, if I can develop a small drop of his humility, which I do not even have. But Maharaj, wish you a very happy birthday and wish you a very good health moving forward. Hari Bol.
His Grace Shankarshan Prabhu ki jai. Thank you so much. Requesting Manjari Gopika Mataji to be here. And we are shifting the orientation here so that we don't face our back to Maharaj. So you can, whoever comes forward, you can either sit or stand in this position. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I actually wrote 2 offerings to Maharaj this year. One was prose and one was poetry. But then I didn't know which one to share, and I asked a few god siblings, and nobody could choose until Shankaranya Prabhu finally chose for me. So thank you. So I'm going to be reading a poem called You Are Not From Here. Oh, you are not from here. I felt it before I knew it. The moment you moved across the floor, as if gravity bowed to you out of old familiarity. You glided, a swan returning to water. Your heels barely brushed the earth. Perhaps that was mercy, touching just enough so the rest of us might believe you still belonged to this world of weight and forgetting. But I knew, oh Gurudev, I knew. There is too much history in your stillness, too many lifetimes folded into the delicate curve of your hands when you lift them in kirtan. The way your body bends as if a golden breeze is passing through you makes something ancient stir in me. And I find myself wondering whether the Lord of Nadia once placed his footsteps in your dreams and whispered, move like this, remember me like this. Who are you really? Because the borders of this lifetime cannot hold you. Sometimes I think you sat with Vashishta at dusk, learning how silence becomes scripture, that you walked beside Vishvamitra, your minds braided in the same vow. Sometimes I imagine you saw Lord Ram's return to Ayodhya, and the afterglow of that vision is what softens your voice whenever you speak of him. You are not from here. I say it again because the truth of it burns sweetly. Mother Ganga gave you mantra, the way a mother gives her child breath. And even as a boy, you refused the high places, chairs, comforts, new clothes, choosing instead whatever had already been touched and surrendered. A sign that you were shaped for service, not for the seats of this world. And then the verse, your heart written by Prahlad's lips, Naitan vihaya kripanan vimuksha eko. Others flee to forests to save only themselves, but your soul spoke the opposite vow. Let me stay with the wanderers. Let me walk with the lost ones. Let me not rise until they rise. The first time I read it, I felt my chest break open. I thought this is where he comes from. Not a place, but a promise. When I entered the room for Brahman initiation, you turned, your smile blossoming as you said, I have been waiting for this moment. And my heart leapt with joy, the joy of being found by someone who remembers what I have forgotten. Who are you really? Not from here, but you came for me. And my soul knows that you remember the path home because you have walked it before and you came back out of love.
Hare Krishna. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Mataji. It was really very, very heart touching. Thank you for that wonderful poetry. Hare Krishna. I'm requesting His Grace Vajavinod Prabhu from Houston to come forward. After that, may I request Mother Antaryami, if she's here in the room? Yeah, she can please come and share. And after that, Nadia Kumar Prabhu from Houston. So while Prabhuji makes his offerings, his obeisances, just a few wonderful one-liners from Maharaja's book, The Nexus Stream. This is about Maya. Maharaj says, Maya convinces a non-devotee to not surrender to Krishna and convinces a devotee to postpone his surrender to Krishna. If we give time to Maya, the world will appreciate us. If we give time to Krishna, devotees will appreciate us. So.
हरे कृष्णा नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामी इति नामने Happy 75th Vyasapuja to you, Guru Maharaj. First of all, thank you so much for accepting us as your disciple and bringing us to Prabhupada family. Right from the first darshan that I had yours, that was back in 2002 in Singapore, I know nothing about the ISKCON philosophy or anything about Guru Parampara. The program was organized as a compromised place at my place, and we thought it will be just an hour class and then we'll have a good prasad. That was the only objective. But the class went for almost 4 hours and everybody was so glued to your class. And that was the first time when we thought there is something beyond what we just go to temple and just have darshans. That was the first meeting when we tried to, when I got some understanding. And then again there was some reluctance, and I had the second interaction with Maharaj when Maharaj visited in Houston in 2014. I got the opportunity to drive Maharaj from temple to his place where he was staying. And Ananteshwar Prabhu was there. He was just talking to Maharaj. I was quietly driving. I don't know how to talk to Maharaj. I had absolutely no idea. Ananteshwar Prabhu was talking to him and started recording, and Maharaj noticed that. And he yelled at him like nothing. That just delete it. Don't do anything like that. And then finally when I had the opportunity for maybe in Chicago for initiation, I was thinking today I'm going to talk to Maharaj. And when he was giving the initiation, he was looking like this at us. And I was like completely numb. I don't know what to say. So I just accepted what Maharaj said. In all, whenever we see, whatever the interaction I had, every time there was certain quality that we see that is very rare, and we try to adopt that. So all I can say today is, if I don't have much personal interaction, but Maharaj, your teachings and your just looking at you, if I can get some basics understanding of your, if I can follow some of your instruction, I think that will be enough for me. So thank you so much, Maharaj, for accepting us again. So grateful, and wishing you happy birthday again, Maharaj. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Requesting Mother Yantrayami to come forward and share some nectar. A few more wonderful anecdotes from Maharaj. This is about spiritual advancement. Spiritual advancement is not determined by what people think from outside, but what Krishna thinks from inside. So that's another wonderful. And the more we become spiritually advanced, the more responsible we become for even little unimportant things in life. So,
Hare Krishna. Ah,
yeah, I just wanted to mention that the devotees will be making a small offering and gifts to all the God brothers and God sisters of Maharaj, as well as very senior disciples of Tamal Krishna Maharaj and others here.
Hare Krishna. See, that's the special part about Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj. He makes everyone feel special. And that's a responsibility each and every one of you has. That is his mood. That was Srila Prabhupada's mood. We are here. We're in different bodies. Makes no difference. Krishna is in the heart, and he is what connects us. His Holiness Radhanath Swami, I did not know him so much until before my Guru Dev left his body. What he did was very special. He gave shelter to the disciples of His Holiness Bhaktitirtha Swami. He has very intimately connected with each of us. And we should be able to have that energy that once we begin to understand Krishna, that we serve as our guru or as our Mahaguru Srila Prabhupada does. The key thing that I always stress, and I may overdo it, is that we have to unite as a family. Forget the skin color, forget the country you come from. You have to have the mood of guru, of Mahaguru, to serve. I'm so glad that he wrote the book that he wrote, because I was so understanding that anybody could be a devotee. Anyone. I've had the opportunity to serve with him in Govardhan Eco Village. So not qualified, but the point is, when we come together, when we understand Krishna, when we serve properly, the whole mood of the universe can change. And I must say that Maharaj has affected the universe. As Mataji was saying, he glides. I doubt his feet even touch the ground. I love it when he walks. It's like, no, he's not from here. He is definitely not from here. And when people see us, we should have that energy so that they know we are connected with Krishna. We should not even have to open our mouth, because he doesn't have to open his mouth. You know he's special. So at least carry that energy with you, regardless of who you are, regardless of who you connect with. Unite. Make them feel part of a family, because I feel so much a part of Maharaj's family. I feel so much a part of it, and that's the mood of this community, of ISKCON. That's what we should be exuding. All glories to His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful offering. Requesting Vrajvinod Prabhuji from Houston to come forward. Few more wonderful anecdotes from Maharaj's classes. Faith in the mind and faith in Krishna cannot go hand in hand. Either we have faith in our mind or faith in Krishna. When we have a question or doubt about faith in Krishna, it is because we are putting too much faith in our minds.
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Wish you a very, very happy 75th Vyasapuja. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj, for accepting us. I don't know if I wouldn't have been initiated and came in contact with ISKCON, where would I have been today? So I'm really grateful when I think about my past years. So there are so many wonderful qualities in you, Guru Maharaj. So I was just reflecting today. Few of them I just want to say out here. One of them is preaching without duplicity. So Guru Maharaj is like, whatever he says, he follows that. So in and out it is same. So that exemplify your honesty. You are so honest. So your life and your preaching both are same. Another quality that I was pondering is like, you hear without defending. Whenever somebody comes to you with any problem or something, you give enough time. You try to understand from his side. So that is also a quality of humbleness. And another one that I ponder is like speaking without criticizing or offending other people. So which exemplifies like how you are sensible. Whenever you speak anything to anyone, you are conscious of other person and what is going on. And the last one that I thought, there are so many, but which I came across and I was pondering is loving without expectation. So you always try to give yourself to everyone without in return for anything from anyone else. So thank you, Guru Maharaj, for accepting us. And you always say that bhakti is not in being best, but bhakti is doing best. So please bless us so that we can do our best. Thank you. All glories to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. May I request, I think Mother Nandini, do you mind coming up next? Okay. Is Jai Gauranga Prabhu here? On special request, we want him to speak twice. He's going to speak again after the lunch, but please come forward and enlighten us now also, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So one quick anecdote from Maharaj. This is about austerity. Maharaj says, it is not austerity that attracts Krishna, it's our love through that austerity that attracts Krishna. So austerity of a great devotee is out of love.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyevacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Please accept my humble obeisances, Gurudev. I'd like to thank you for inspiring all your disciples, and I'd like to pay my obeisances to all the devotees gathered today. So they say that you can judge a tree by its fruits. So your disciples and then every person that you come in contact with, you infuse with love and bhakti, just like my mother called me just before after the morning program. I went home. I was thinking, oh, they were going to ask me to speak. I better try to write something down. I was like, oh man, it's already too late. But I told my mom that, that we just listened to a class you gave at your Vyasapuja at Govardhan Eco Village, and that was called the Festival of Gratitude. So I was telling her how it was a nice class, and my mom said, every word that comes out of his mouth is nectar. And she's a nice 80-year-old Jewish lady, but whenever I was Marge, you would come to the LA temple, I would call my mom and fly her from Tucson to the LA temple. And then after your talks, my mom would say, I don't know what it is. Whenever he opens his mouth, it's like the faucets turn on. She just crying. And that reminds me of one. We also went to a festival of inspiration in New Vrindavan, and we got the opportunity to have darshan with Maharaj. So Maharaj looked at me and he was like, what was your highlights of the festival? And so I was trying to maybe show off or something. I said, I think serving with the devotees in the kitchen and whatnot. And then he nodded and appreciated. And then he looked at my sister and he was like, what was your highlights of the festival? And she was just being looked at by Maharaj and being in the presence of such loving compassion. She just burst out crying. She was like, I think being in your presence right now. And Maharaj had a low table that he was sitting behind, and he slid a tissue box to me. And I gave it to her. And then he looked at my mom and he asked, what is your highlights of the festival? And then my mom just started crying, and she was saying, I think being in your presence with my children and hearing you talk about God and whatnot. And then he slid a tissue box and I gave it to my mom. And I looked under there was like 4 tissue boxes. So it looks like he's prepared for bringing people to loving sentiments. So I thank you, Maharaj, for your disciples. I thank you for your walking this earth. And I pray to Radha Kalachandji that I can please you. And I beg your forgiveness for my lack of sincerity over the years. And, New Year's is coming up, so I pray to be inspired by the Lord to follow your example and please you. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaja ki
Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. May I request Mother Nandini to come up next, followed by Nityanand Prabhuji and then Mishra Bhagwan Prabhu, if you all can help us churn the pot and get inspired. Thank you so much. Live is so one few more as we get ready for the next. This is on humility. Maharaj says we are supposed to feel fallen, not be fallen. Without humility, we can have knowledge but no realization. So very powerful.
Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatrivishya Kripasindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. And Prabhu just gave a quote about humility. And my experience isn't so extensive with Maharaj. But His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, through his compassion, came to Puerto Rico when my husband and I were living and serving there. We served there in the temple. I used to dress Gaurnitai deities. And then we had our restaurant called Tamal Krishna's Veggie Garden Cafe. And at that time, during that period, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj came to Puerto Rico. He came to our home, and it was a codicy. So I made him a codicy pizza. He stayed for just a short time, but his presence was illuminating. His humility was illuminating. And forever, I am grateful for that brief association with him. It says, just a second of association with a pure devotee can change your life. I had that association with our beloved spiritual master, Tamal Krishna Goswami, extensive here in Radhakala Chandidam, and with His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, just a brief association lifted us, so pure, so humble, so kind and compassionate, coming all the way to this remote island of Puerto Rico, tiny little island, 100 miles long. But it was just a blessing. So I feel eternally blessed to have had that brief association. And our prayer is that we can somehow go to Echo Village, and he will be there at that time. And we pray we'll have more association with Maharaj. Such a saint, such a pure devotee. Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. We pray to Kalachandji that he satisfies your desire to go to GV soon. Haribol. Thank you so much, Mataji. May I request His Grace Nityanand Prabhuji, our fearless leader who has served the community for so many years. Always a pleasure and honor to hear him. After that, His Grace Mishra Bhagwan Prabhuji. After that is Diptimoy Mataji in the room. If you can be ready after Mishra Bhagwan Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and by the sweetest graces of my spiritual master, my darkened eyes were opened with a salve of love in the form of transcendental knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances, gratitude, and homage to him. Vancha kalpatirubhascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhya vaishnavebhya namo namaha. Let us offer our respectful obeisances upon all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like desire trees and can fulfill desires of everyone, for they are full of compassion for all fallen conditioned souls. Jai Radhe. Hare Krishna. So, 100 miles long is the island that she was talking about. I was fortunate to be born in a country that's 80 miles long. So, between disciples, we're a little competitive with one another. So much to say about the greatest person who walks on the planet and blesses us all with so much love. This community has had many times when a major shift happened in the community. One of those shifts happened on the 10th of October, 2010. Prior to Srila Gurudev's, my spiritual masters, our spiritual masters, leaving the planet, Radhanath Maharaj did not visit Dallas very often. The one time we remember him coming to Dallas was during a very important GBC meeting in Dallas that happened in 1994. At that time, New Vrindavan was not part of ISKCON. And Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and the other GBCs had determined that somehow they'll make Dallas the place where they will convince the leaders of New Vrindavan Dham to come back into ISKCON. It so happened that my great fortune that I was here and I was asked to do some service, one of which was to organize that program. And so there were 4 persons who came from New Vrindavan, the leader of whom was Srila Radhanath Maharaj. And Mahakrishna Maharaj told me, spare no effort to make sure that he's really happy, because we're going to try and convince him of something that we don't think we're going to be successful about. That is how much difference there was amongst the God brothers. So we served him very nicely. He was very happy. And by the close of the meeting, the announcement was made that New Vrindavan was returning to ISKCON. So that was a great milestone in this temple. For this yatra, that was a great milestone. So like that, there have been many milestones, one of which happened on the 10th of October, 2010. After Gurudev left, Maharaj came to Dallas in 2002, and he spent a good amount of time with us all, because, we were like little puppies who had lost their mother and had no idea what we wanted to do. So we were advised by the God brothers of our spiritual master, who happened to be the GBC of Dallas as well, that we shouldn't do anything drastic, because prior to that, Srila Gurudev was like the lone leader of Dallas. Whatever he said happened in Dallas. And so they didn't want that to continue. They wanted to be more a situation where people put their heads together and did things together. And so Gurudev had advised me that when you become temple president, run it by committee. Don't run it as the typical temple president that Srila Gurudev had set up the system for. And that's how we did that. So when Maharaj came, he asked me if any service had been given by my spiritual master to me aside from being temple president, and I told him about the project of setting up a university. So he sat with me for 4 hours continuously to give me some instruction. And that instruction changed my life in many ways because it gave me depth where I didn't have that understanding. And I want to tie that into the October the 10th arrangement. So what happened was that by October 10th, 2010, I had been temple president for 11 years, 2000 being the first and 2010 being the 11th year. And so at the time, we were all thinking, how do we make Dallas really grow into a really loving community, a community that had so much love amongst the disciples and the devotees of, at the time, 28 spiritual masters. So a bright idea came, and the idea was that if Radhanath Maharaj could come to Dallas, and he could initiate a number of devotees in Dallas, that would really help. It would make a big difference. But it was very hard at that time to ask Maharaj to come anywhere. He's such a busy person. So many places love him so much that they look forward to him coming to their place. And so how many places can Maharaj go to? But somehow I hopped on a call, and he felt how daring I was that I would just hop on a call and ask him point blank, Maharaj, I want you in Dallas. And I knew he was going to ask me a question, and the question was, why? Why do you want me to come to Dallas? And I said, because Maharaj, we have so many nice devotees here, and some of them are aspiring for initiation from you. I think if you came to Dallas and gave them initiation in Dallas, in front of Radha Kalachandji, then that will make a difference. They will actually take it upon themselves because you gave them the instruction to please make the Dallas Yatra a yatra that is very loving towards one another. The yatra was already like that, but the idea was to go to the next level because we all like to go to the next level and the next level. And then he came to Dallas, and when he came and we received him at the airport, brought him here to the temple, he had darshan of the deities. And I want to say today the deities look so very beautiful. Amazingly beautiful. And it's so appropriate, the dress they have on them that says Radha on it. Because when he came, the next lecture that he gave in Dallas, he said to us that, do you know, I have been to all the temples of ISKCON around the world. I've been to pretty much all the temples in India that are of any renown, known by anybody like that. And he says, I have to say that Radharani in Dallas is the most beautiful Radharani of them all. And that blew us away. That just blew us away because we all love Radharani so much. We all know that when she has her hands out like that, she's telling us, don't worry, I'm here. She's acting like a mother. And so some of us call her Maya actually, although she is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the beloved of our beloved Kalachandji, who Srila Jayapataka Maharaj said is the one deity of Krishna around the world that has the greatest presence, that shows the greatest presence. So, at the time, we all know that Radhanath Maharaj has a very organized group of devotees who make all the arrangements for initiation. And I was negotiating with them and they were saying, no, we can't give initiation to this person, that person, because they're not ready, they haven't spent enough time chanting, following the principles, doing what we want them to do, because Radhanath Maharaj's standard for initiation in India is out of the park. I mean, forget it in India, getting initiation from Radhanath Maharaj. But even in America, he likes to see devotees spend 5 to 10 years solid being nice devotees. And then, of course, it's not him, it's his disciples who want that. His standard is even higher. So they were saying, no, they're not really very agreeable. So I didn't know what to do because I have to follow the system. So the night before initiation, I went to Maharaj and I said to him, Maharaj, this is the situation. There are at least 10 people that I think should get initiation. And unfortunately, I only have approval for 3 of them. So he looked at me and he said, well, what's the problem? And I said, obviously, Maharaj, the problem is the other 7. How do we do that? That's no issue, he said. I'll get to them. You don't worry. Let me know the names. Have you got the beads? I had the beads ready with the devotees. We told the devotees, please keep your beads ready. If Maharaj is going to give initiation, he's going to chant on your beads. So we had the beads ready and everything. Now, some others found out that these 7 were going to get initiation and the number was going to be 10. Lo and behold, another 7 turned up and knocked on my door in the middle of the night and said to me, hey, what about us? We also want initiation, right? Some of us here from that time, 2010 initiates, hand up, right? None of you here from 2010? Some of you here from 2010.
They're in service, Prabhuji. Back.
Sorry? Oh, they're all serving. Oh, that's very nice. That's good to know. So, and then Houston found out. So Houston devotees turned up here. We ended up initiating about 24, 26 disciples. So Maharaj, you know how Maharaj is. He's such a loving person. And he said, you know, Nityananda, one of the reasons I gave him was because it was the 10th of October, 2010. So I called it 1010. So in the morning, Maharaj turns up before initiation time and says to me, where's everybody? And I said, Maharaj, we're going to start. No, I want now. And so we got everybody quickly ready. And I said, Maharaj, he said, yes, I want to start at 10 minutes to 10 on the 10th of October in 2010. So you said 10:10, I'm saying 10:10, 10:10. I said, okay, that's great, Maharaj. So that group of devotees who got initiated in Dallas made a turn in the Dallas temple. And we're so grateful to him. I know that on the day of his initiation, the day which is the moon calendar day, everybody really sends him a lot of wishes and everything. But I make it a point that I always send him his wishes on the sun calendar day, because not as many people do that. And he wrote back such a nice reply this year, a few days ago, saying how much he loved the Dallas community, how much he loved the deities in Dallas, how much he looked forward to offering his obeisances at the Samadhi of Srila Gurudev in Dallas, and how much all of the families of the Dallas Yatra were so beloved to him. And I wanted to give you that message, because this is the depth of Maharaja's love. We cannot fathom how deep that depth is. He is such a person that, and let me tell you what moved the situation as far as I was personally concerned, because this is something we all battle with. We all think that Srila Prabhupada told us to preach very boldly, to go out and take risks, but we're not taking so many risks. And the reason we're not taking risks is because we feel we're not qualified. How am I supposed to go and do something that is at the level where we can say great risks were taken? And what Radhanath Maharaj said about yoga, he spoke about yoga, and he said to me was that actually what we are doing is we're representing Guru and Krishna. We're representing Guru and Krishna. So if we are representing Guru and Krishna, then it is Guru and Krishna who are doing. You are not the one who is doing. I'm not the one who's doing. It's Guru and Krishna who are doing. So what can Guru and Krishna not do? What is it that they cannot do? They can do anything and everything. The question is whether I will allow myself to be used as an instrument, like this is an instrument, right? Now, if this instrument does something I do not want, if I say that Dallas is a wonderful place and the microphone says Dallas is a horrible place, what type of instrument would that be? That instrument is not actually relating what I am saying. So if we understand that we are a speck in the hands of our spiritual master, and that we, each and every one of us, initiated or not initiated, represents the spiritual master, represents the Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, represents the deities, Radha and Krishna, Radha Kalachandji, like that, then what is it that we cannot do? So we have to be bold. We have to accept that. It's not us, it's not me who is the doer, it is actually Krishna who is the doer. and the spiritual master is the via media through whom I'm accessing Krishna. If we can understand that point, there is no reason for us not to be bold, because we're not being bold on our own behalf. We're being bold on behalf of the Acharya. And even in this morning's class, when Maharaj spoke, what did he say? He wanted us to reach out to everyone. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada wanted everybody to come to know that Krishna is theirs. Prabhupada clearly says that our only duty is to love Krishna, and Krishna's only duty is to love us. That's what he wants. That's what Kalachandji wants. That's why he's so happy, because here is a representative who is saying that. Who's saying that actually Krishna is here for every one of his children. And since every living entity is his child, it is our duty to reach out to them and somehow let them know about Krishna consciousness, so that they can also have this message. They can also sit here, or wherever it is that we celebrate the Vyasapuja of the best of all spiritual masters, that we can actually become encouraged to go out and reach out and bring people to their lotus feet, so that they can also go back home, back to Godhead. And there, as opposed to the chanting, feasting and dancing we do here, the chanting, feasting, dancing going on there is just something else. It's just amazing. Even the chanting, feasting, dancing here is amazing, right? How many of us came because of prasadam? How many of us came because of the dancing and the singing and the chanting? That pretty much is all of us, right? One of those reasons is why we're in this movement. And we would not accept $10 billion and say, we will give up chanting, feasting and dancing for $10 billion, right? No amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of anything will buy us out of that equation, that we are here to chant, feast and dance in the association of devotees, become blissful and share that bliss with others, and then go back to the spiritual world. As we see in these windows of the spiritual world, what happens in the spiritual world where the bliss is even greater. And we're all one family. So let's as a family unite. This was his message this morning. Let's all unite. Let's all love each other so much and do things together so much, cooperate so much, that actually the whole world thinks we don't have a choice. We have to join the Hare Krishnas in ISKCON. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Nityananda Prabhuji. As always, very inspiring for all of us to follow. May I request His Grace Mr. Bhagwan Prabhuji to come forward, followed by Mother Diptimoyi Radha Mataji. After that, if I can request His Grace Radhanath Prabhuji to come up and share a few things for inspiring us, followed by Kamala Gopika Mataji. Is she here from Houston? Is she in the room? If not, we'll have somebody else. So while Mr. Bhagwan Prabhuji comes up, a few more. This is probably one of my most favorite one-liners from Maharaj, because he so much epitomizes humility. Maharaj said once, humility is not part of devotional service, it is the heart of devotional service. So, such a wonderful statement. And then when there is pride in the heart, Krishna no longer takes pleasure in anything we do. So something to remember. Prabhuji, please. I will request Diptimoyi Mataji afterwards, and then Mathurana Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Vanchakopati Vishya Kipasindevicha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnaveyo Namo Namaha. I feel a little embarrassed talking to an audience that was more advanced in Krishna consciousness when they were born than I'll ever be in many lifetimes. At the same time, I feel like I should talk about Radhanath Swami from a viewpoint as before he became a guru, before he was well known. In in the early 70s, the Radha Damodar party would go to New Vrindavan and celebrate Janmashtami. And Radhanath Swami would come out of the mountains and associate with Vishnu Jan Swami for these festivals. So Vishnu Swami and Radhanath Swami were extremely close, and they would relish Gora Lila for hours with one another. And Vishnu Swami, we were talking about quotes. Jaya Pataka Swami said that this is the Kalachandji has the strongest presence. Radhanath Swami says that our Srimati Radharani is the most beautiful. And to add to that, Vishnu Swami said, when you see Radha Kalachandji, you have seen God. So in 1976, the Radha Damodar party, as we knew it, disbanded. So I went back to the West Coast, where I come from, and I was in the Berkeley Temple, and I met a devotee named Tapanacharya. And Tapanacharya had just moved from New Vrindavan to New Jagannath Puri. And he was always talking about this devotee up in New Vrindavan called Radhanath, a brahmachari named Radhanath. And nobody outside of New Vrindavan, because Radhanath Swami, he didn't come out of New Vrindavan. I don't think he left the property for years. And he lived up in the mountains, and nobody in ISKCON knew who he was much, unless you'd been to New Vrindavan. So, 76, and then time went by. And New Vrindavan, I've actually met Radhanath Swami in 1993. I went to New Vrindavan, and at that time it was separate from ISKCON. Kirtananda Swami had developed his own religion and was using New Vrindavan as a staging ground for that. And it wasn't a bad religion. It had a kind of little mixture of Christianity, Catholicism, Hare Krishna, and they had these robes that were they looked like friar truck. They were monks' robes from the Catholic tradition, dyed saffron. So Radhanath Swami was in one of those because he was part of Kirtananda Swami's group. Prabhupada told him to follow Kirtananda Swami. And during that time, they opened up somebody had donated this property in Chowpatty in Mumbai, and Kirtananda Swami told Radhanath Swami to, go and run this place. Somebody's given us an orphanage. So that was really nice. So then, 1994 came, and we had the great GBC meeting that Nityananda Prabhu was talking about. And there was a lot of tension, I would say, to put it mildly. And there was these different sides, and there was different issues. So Srila Radhanath Swami, sitting right here, he gave Srimad Bhagavatam class. And he spoke about the importance of following authority in Krishna consciousness, to be connected to the parampara through authority. Like Tamal Krishna Maharaj told me once that having an authority makes spiritual life a practical affair. So Radhanath Swami, without mentioning, he just elevated the whole atmosphere to this beautiful Gora Lila of the importance of following an authority. He said that Lord Chaitanya asked permission before he went on his South India tour from the Vaishnavas. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he showed by his example that we must act within the authority given to us through the parampara. And in this way, he solved the whole issue, the whole New Vrindavan thing. It was obvious what he was saying, that we have to come to ISKCON, we have to be under the authority of the GBC, subsequently through Srila Prabhupada and the authority of the entire parampara. And he brought the two sides together, and New Vrindavan came back into ISKCON. And then Mathuranath Prabhu, at the end of that class, he says to Radhanath Swami, what do you have going there in Chowpatty in India? You know, what we heard that you're running a temple over there. What's it like? You know, what's your project? So Radhanath Swami, he talked about how much love they inherited these orphans. They inherited an orphanage, and he said they just made all the boys in the orphanage into brahmacharis. And he said that it was very important to create a respectable brahmachari ashram. And he created a brahmachari ashram that men who have engineering degrees and a ticket to America decided that they'd rather be a brahmachari in Chowpatty than have $200,000 a year from IT. Such a choice, you know. So that's how ecstatic his ashram was. And he said that we're very, very strict within the temple, in the ashram. But for those who are outside the temple, no judgment. He said that whatever somebody does outside the temple, we pay no attention to that whatsoever. Only when they come to the temple. And he said, he used the example, there was one Mataji that was a prostitute and an alcoholic. He said, in India, that's pretty degraded. But when she comes to the temple, she says, Hare Krishna, and she makes garlands every day for Shri Radha Gopinath. So he said that's our policy, very strict within the temple and very liberal for everybody else. Everybody should feel welcome, no matter what their situation is. Kali Yuga, the people are in a lot of situations, but they're always welcome. And then 1995 came, and they had a big reunion festival in New Vrindavan to celebrate. It was Memorial Day weekend to celebrate the bring New Vrindavan coming back into the fold of ISKCON. And Radhanath Swami, Lokanath Swami, and who's another great kirtan leader? Anyways, Radhanath Swami and Lokanath Swami were there. And they had Mangalarchik. The kirtan at Mangalarchik went all the way through the greeting of the deities to Guru Puja. It was absolutely incredibly ecstatic kirtan, you know. And then, so that was a great festival, and New Vrindavan was now part of ISKCON again. In 1997, I went to a rainbow gathering. I don't know if they still have those. It's 10,000 people go into the mountains to live without electricity for a couple of months. Now, this morning we had no electricity for a couple of minutes, and everybody started panicking. But these people voluntarily leave their cell phones behind, everything, go and just try to live off the land. And Radhanath Swami was going there every year, making many devotees up there. So, anyway, it's way high in the mountains, and you have to park your car and get your gear, and then you hike like 5 miles more into the mountains. So you're way deep into the mountains of Arizona. This was. So there's a parking lot, and it's run by kind of scruffy people that don't really want to live off of nature. They're kind of in between. They're called A camp. And there's one guy that was directing traffic, telling people where to park, and he looked kind of scruffy. I don't think he'd had a shower that day. He had a long beard and looked like he just came out of the woods, like he was like part of it practically. And so after we parked the car, I asked him. I said, "Do you know where we can find the Krishna camp?" Because up in the Rainbow Gathering, it's kind of like a Kumbh Mela, and there's all these different camps. And some of them are with Gaudiya Math, and there's really everybody's represented up there, at a good Rainbow Gathering. So he says to me, "Oh yeah, the Krishna camp. Well, what you do is you just go down the main trail. When you get past Mother Hubbard, take a right. On your left will be Simply Wonderful Kitchen, and then the next right will be the Krishna camp. And when you get there, you just might meet my very best friend, Radhanath Swami. And I was thinking, wow, this man thinks that Radhanath Swami is his very best friend. So then, 97. Then we bring up to Radhanath Swami's humility. I have to mention is because, like he said, it's the heart of devotional service. And I'd read that Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was famous that he never, criticism never left his lips. If there was this discussion of the misbehavior of a Vaishnava, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami could not listen to it. He would cover his ears or go away. He would say, every devotee is serving Krishna. That's all. So sometimes I would tell this, that I read this in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and devotees would always say to me, oh, well, that's the ultimate. Or one devotee said to me, well, he could talk like that because he wasn't a manager. Or, we need to correct people, call us, how does it go, a thief, you see something wrong, you should point it out. But Radhanath Swami, I was with the whole time I was with him, I'd never hear him say a bad word about anybody. And he'd be introduced to somebody that everybody else considered completely crazy. And he would say, Carol, it's an honor and a privilege to have met you. And he'd really mean it. So it was so nice. And then in 2003, Radhanath Swami and I happened to be taking lunch together in Kiev, Ukraine. And it would take me more than 3 minutes to tell you how we ended up in Kiev, Ukraine at the same table. But to bring it up to that, it was really nice being with him. We talked about the different things in the Srimad Bhagavatam that seem to kind of put women as like vixens, like Maya, danger, heart like razor blades, and face like a lotus flower, but heart like a razor blade, cunning, merciless. So he said, well, those statements are for us men, to understand that we should not be attracted to women, attached to women. It's not an insult to women, but just a practical study of their nature. But it's mostly it's meant for us to give up, to understand that that's not what we're not trying to stay in the material world and take birth again and again. So we need to become free from that. And then I asked him, I said that, I never heard about you for the first couple of years I was in the movement, and nobody's heard about you. You were in New Vrindavan for all those years. But now, you're the greatest show on earth. Tamal Krishna Maharaj said that Radhanath Swami is our most what was the word he used? Our most popular representative of ISKCON. So I asked Radhanath Swami, how did you go from being completely unknown to where you are now? And he said, well, I was always trying to stay in the back, but everybody in front of me kept on disappearing. He said, so I got pushed from the back of the class to the front. I'll leave you on that one. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Krishna Bhagwan Prabhuji for churning the nectar pot ahead. We just a quick time check. We are going to. I think the offerings will start coming out around 11:45, but we can continue. We'll have to cordon this place, and we can continue the offerings maybe till 12:15. That will be our hard stop. After which we'll start Pushpanjali and then the Artik. So I'm going to request at least 5-6 more devotees who can come. There's so much nectar. Just want to make sure that we hear from everybody. So kindly requesting if we can, have it to like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. That will be awesome. So requesting Diptimoyi Mataji, if you would like to come forward, followed by Mathuranath Prabhuji. Is Kamala Gopika Mataji from Houston here? Okay, if she's not, then we will then request. I just saw Yashomati Nandan Prabhuji. I don't know if he just stepped out. Arjun Krishna Prabhuji, would you like to share a few things after Mathuranath Prabhu? And then Narasimha Rupa Prabhu, if you are listening to us on the live, if you can come in the room and share some of your thoughts, that will be wonderful. So I'll schedule more, but Mataji, please come forward.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpataruhasya Kripa Sindhubha Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So it's a very joyous occasion, very auspicious 75th Vyasapuja of Maharaj. I am not an initiated disciple of Maharaj, but Maharaj is my Shiksha Guru. So okay, I'll speak loud. Okay, so Maharaj has been very instrumental in my life, in my journey, in the path of bhakti. So I will speak. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. So I'll speak quickly for the time constraint. So Maharaj does so many projects, as all of us we know, very wonderful projects like Govardhan Eco Village, Radha Gopinath Temple, Food for Life. Should I take it out?
Yeah, you can hold it. You can hold it in your hand.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you. So, Maharaj does so many wonderful projects. All of us we know, like Radha Gopinath Temple, the devotees, Govardhan Eco Village, Bhaktivedanta Hospital, Food for Life, so many things. But which really, I really moved is the legacy Maharaj is leaving behind him. Like his dear disciples, the way they are preaching all over the world, and the way all of us, we are getting benefited by their knowledge, by their association, that is really invaluable thing. So very recently I was hearing from one of his very dear disciple. So he was sharing that how Maharaj, whoever he meets, he makes that person so much feel valued. Regarding that, I will share 2 incidents. So Prabhuji was saying that once a devotee, he took his fiancée to Maharaj, and so the fiancée was not a devotee. And to introduce Maharaj, and the fiancée, whenever the moment he saw Maharaj, he met Maharaj, she started crying. So Maharaj, out of his humility, he said to that girl that you cry so beautifully. So that's how that event. So after hearing that, the girl, he started crying more and more. So it's even a moment association of Maharaj, it makes everyone so valued and so inspired. So after that, I heard that that girl started chanting 16 rounds. And one more incident I will share, that how Maharaj inspires and makes people feel so much valued, So I had my music teacher, he's a Prabhupada disciple. I don't feel shy to take his name also. He is Lakshivan Prabhu. He lives in Maryland, Virginia. So when I used to take music lesson from him, he used to come to our house and he used to give me lessons. So one day it happened so that he was talking about His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And after talking almost like 2.5 hours, we realized that today is the Maharaj Vyasapuja Tithi wise. And after that, so I will tell what he spoke. So that time he was telling that after coming to Krishna consciousness, he came in Krishna consciousness at the age of 16. But after some time, because of some reason, he was away from this Krishna consciousness movement for some reason. And then again, he met Maharaj, His Holiness Maharaj, in New Vrindavan. And when he met, after few interactions with Maharaj, Maharaj invited him to Jagannath Puri Yatra. And also Lakshman Prabhu, he came to Yatra. And what happened that we know in Jagannath Puri Yatra, it's so crowded, right? Like we cannot even, innumerable people are there. We cannot even count, millions of people are there. And so when the Ratha Yatra happened, the cart also went. Suddenly Prabhuji realized that he lost his wallet. And in that wallet, he had his passport, visa and everything. And his money and everything. So he was like, felt very morose and very sad and very depressed. And he was standing like that. So after some time, Maharaj noticed that and Maharaj came to him. And Maharaj asked that, Prabhu, what happened to you? Why are you so sad? Then Prabhuji explained to Maharaj that this thing happened. So you won't believe what Maharaj did. So in that, on the road, Maharaj spreaded his chadar like this. And he went to the people present there and he asked for money for Lakshman Prabhu. So we know Maharaj's situation, right? If he calls a single of his disciple would come and help Prabhuji immediately. But out of that is Maharaj's humility, that is Maharaj's simplicity. So after that, Prabhuji's passport, visa, everything was taken care by his disciples. So that's how, like my point is that's how Maharaj makes everybody feel valued and inspired. So same thing, I was hearing that a good teacher, he always like tells, and a better teacher, he explains, and a superior teacher, he demonstrates, but a best teacher, he always inspires. So Radhanath Maharaj, like all of us, whenever we are present in his lecture, we are present or not present, we are hearing online or offline, like always we feel so inspired that we feel that from today onwards, I will make my process of Krishna consciousness, the sadhana I do, it will be better than before, right? It's like if I say to raise your hand, I'm sure everybody will raise your hands, right? So that's how Maharaj is. So on his 75th Vyasapuja, I really wish Maharaj that, wish you a very, very happy Vyasapuja. I wish you a very healthy, long life, and you stay with us, and you keep inspiring us, keep guiding us, and so that we can also make our life meaningful and purposeful and a worthy life. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful, heartfelt offerings. Yeah, we're going to shift this way so that the devotees can continue with making the offerings. I hope our team can move the camera to this side so the live telecast can continue. So, may I request His Grace Mathuranath Prabhuji to please come forward, and then Arjun Krishna Prabhu, just to humble request that we could keep it brief enough so that we can hear some more devotees. But definitely we want to hear the nectar from you all. And I think we had a few more devotees who had expressed their desire to speak. So I don't know if Mother Sucharya is here. She's not here. Maybe Tulsi Sakhi Mataji, would you like to make an offering after Arjun Krishna Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. So in the early 80s, I think it was probably 1980, sometime in the winter time, I went with His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj to New Vrindavan. And so when we arrived at the airport, this brahmachari met us at the gate. That was back in the good old days when you could actually meet somebody at the gate. And so this brahmachari, he picked up our luggage and then he took us to his car. And when we got in his car, first thing he did was he pulled out these samosas and he gave Srila Gurudev a samosa and he gave me a samosa. And to this day, it was one of the best samosas I've ever eaten. And somehow it was still warm. And I was thinking, it was wintertime, how did he keep these things warm? So then, after we ate the samosa, he pulls out a glove compartment, he pulls out a roll of paper towels and one of those spray bottles so that you could wash your hands and wipe your mouth. And I thought, well, this brahmachari has really got it together, because back in the 1980s, brahmachari didn't have such a good reputation of having it together, you know. So I thought, wow, this person, it left such an impression on me, because he was just so humble and just so kind, and you could tell that he and Srila Gurudev were really good friends. They really loved having each other's association. So then, when we left, he also took us back to the airport, and he made us like a little lunch, and then as we were walking to the airport, we had to walk up this hill, and it was covered with snow, and so we had to kind of cross over this barrier to enter the airport. And there was all these people standing there, and Srila Gurudev said, well, they're going to wonder what world we came from. And so we stepped over the barrier, and the first thing this guy said was, hey, what planet did you guys come from? And so Maharaj thought that was, he thought that was so funny. And so I guess you can already guess that Maharaj was His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. So he was just, it left such an impression on me, such an amazing soul. And that was, unfortunately, pretty much the only time that I actually got Maharaj's association. There was one other time when we had the Sadhu Sanghas in North Carolina, that I was sitting in the aisle, like the end aisle seat, and I saw Maharaj come walking down the aisle. And so I just closed my eyes and I said, Krishna, please, please let Maharaj give me a hug. And so when I opened my eyes, there Maharaj was standing right there, and he just lifted me up and he gave me this big bear hug. And it was just, I felt like, okay, this made my whole Sadhu Sangha, just to have Maharaj's hug like that. It was amazing. So mostly I know Maharaj through his disciples, and we have such, you can just see with the decorations how amazing his disciples are. We're so fortunate to have them here, as Nityananda Prabhu was talking about, in our community. I could probably name each one and praise them separately, but we'd be here all afternoon if I tried to do that, because they're just so amazing. And I just really want to thank Maharaj for giving us these disciples, and I want to thank you, disciples, for all the service that you do for this community, and ask you, and thank you for being part of this community, and ask you, please, please never leave this community. Make this community your home and your roots, and stay here and keep serving Shri Shri Radhakalachandji. And when I see Maharaj, it's like he dropped right out of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. As Mataji was, your poem was beautiful. Thank you so much. But that's the way I see him. He's like he just dropped right out of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. And you're talking about people. Sometimes people, you say, well, we have effulgence. But with Maharaj, you can definitely see that effulgence. There's no doubt about it. When you see him, he just has this brightness about him. And so again, thank him so much for Maharaj. Thank you so much for giving us these disciples that you have. Because as Jagaranga Prabhu was saying, when you eat a mango and it's like you go, wow, this mango is fantastic. It's so sweet. What you're actually praising is the tree that mango came from. And so by praising your disciples, we're actually praising His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. So thank you so much. Jai Shri Radhanath Maharaj ki Jai.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Requesting His Grace Arjun Krishna Prabhu to be here. After that, I'm going to request Ananteshwar Prabhu after Arjun Krishna Prabhu, and then Saroja Madhav Prabhu. If you can just briefly, like 3 minutes each, share some nectar for us. And as Arjun Krishna Prabhu makes his way, just since Mathuranath Prabhu spoke about decoration, the theme this year, most of you know the pastime where Radhanath Maharaj, when he was exploring spirituality in the Himalayas, he did a 30-day fast. And at the end of the 30 days, he went and sat on a rock in the Mother Ganga. And that is the first time he heard the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So he mentions it in his book that he heard this mantra straight from Mother Ganga. So the theme actually is, there is Mother Ganga, you may probably miss her, she's there at the top. And the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and he's on a rock, and of course there's a big, and of course lotuses bloom in Ganga, so you'll see lotuses all over. The cake, it's a huge grand cake. I hope everybody gets to see it at some point with lotuses. And so yeah, that's the theme. Is Arjun Krishna Prabhu here? Prabhuji, you'll have to come on this side. Not sure where. Okay.
Easy getting old. Namo Vishnu Badaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Radhanath Swami Iti Namane. I don't know the second one. Wow. We have a wonderful crowd. Very nice. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak. I think Radhanath Maharaj is like the most famous person in the whole world. I mean, he's met everybody that you could possibly think of that's famous. And yet, you as his disciples are so fortunate to have such a wonderful spiritual master. I'll just give you a little story about Radhanath Maharaj. I was always attracted to these saintly personalities. My Gurudev Tamal Krishna Goswami, I couldn't get away from him everywhere he went. I had to be right by his side. And Radhanath Maharaj is also the same. He exuberates such a, I don't know the words, his force, his life being to everybody that he comes in contact with immediately becomes purified. So I've been wanting to meet him for such a long time, especially him being from Chicago and myself being from Chicago. We have like a Chicago thing going on. So he was visiting here in Dallas several years ago, and I was cutting the grass in front of the temple. And one Maharaji came out and said, "Shut your machine off." She called my lawnmower a machine because she was like from a third world country. So she was calling my lawnmower a machine. I says, "Okay, I'll shut it off." She says, "Radhanath Maharaj and Giriraj Maharaj are coming out." I says, "Oh, wow, great." So they walked out, and I had to, it was like a magnet. I was drawn to him. I had to get some kind of association of his. So I approached him and I says, "Maharaj, my name is Arjuna Krishnadas. I was a personal servant of Tamal Krishna Goswami for many years." And Giriraj Maharaj says, "Yes, he did a lot of service for Tamal Krishna." And out of nowhere, he grabbed me. And like Maharaja says, he gave this bear hug that was like, I says, "No, Maharaj, I'm all sweaty and I'm cutting the grass and please." And he even squeezed me harder. I'm thinking, well, this man is so frail. Where is he getting the strength from, you know? He's stronger than me, you know? So he says, "Oh," and he says, "Maharaj, I want to give you a gift. When is a good time to give you a gift?" He says, "Tonight you come up in Tamal Krishna Goswami's darshan room." So I went up to the darshan room that evening, and I was poking around looking, and I finally spotted him. He was walking. I says, "Is this a bad time to give you your gift?" He says, "No, come in." I paid my obeisances, and I handed him this gift. I had it wrapped up in, like a Christmas present. And he grabbed it and he says, "What is this?" I says, "This is from the Dallas devotees. We want to give you something." So he opened it up and he held up this really nice Chinese cotton saffron t-shirt. He says, "Oh, very nice. This is good quality." I says, "Yes. Tamal Krishna Goswami always wore the best of everything, whether it be his shoes, his coats, his shirts, his chadar. He always wore the best." And I says, "This t-shirt was his, and I want to give it to you." His eyes got so big. Oh, like Jagannath's, he was like, "This is Tamal Krishna Goswami's t-shirt?" I says, "Yes. He wore this for many years." Oh, I can't believe it. So he held it to his face and he smelled it. He held it to his chest and he looked up at me. He says, "I think this is the best present I ever got in my life." Tamal Krishna had a very special spot in his heart. I know this because many times he talked about Radhanath Maharaj in his classes. And Radhanath Maharaj is the type of person that walks his walk. He does what he says. And that's one thing Tamal Krishna Goswami appreciated, along with so many other of his attributes. But when something needed to be done, it got done. Radhanath Maharaj did it. And look what he's already done. He started in New Vrindavan, then he went and took his journey all over the world and wound up in India. And so many temples he's opened, so many books distributed, Eco Village. I mean, the list goes on and on. But Radhanath Maharaj was just so full of love. I remember in one of his lectures, he says, if you want to give love to others, you've got to have it to give. If you don't have much love, you can't get much love. Radhanath Maharaj was the one that had more than he could give. So anyone he came in touch with, he gave that love, that concern, that compassion to everybody, no matter who it was. It didn't make a difference. It could be a young little boy. It could be anybody. I'm so grateful to have all of you here at this serving at Radhakalachandji Temple, like Maturnath said. There's got to be at least 500 preparations up here, at least. They're still bringing them out. And everything you do for our temple is just always an example of Radhanath Maharaj's mercy. So please keep serving here and keep me in your association. I need it. In all glories to Radhanath Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Ki
so
Jai
much.
Radhanath Maharaj. Ki
Hari
Jai.
Bol.
Ki Jai Radhanath Maharaj.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Arjun Krishna Prabhu. I'm going to request His Grace Ananteshwar Prabhu and then Sarvajay Madhav Prabhuji. If you can keep it to like 3 to 4 minutes, that will help us to go to this. We have so many other, one quick announcement. If we can all move a little forward, there are devotees coming into the room. That will give space for others to get into the room. And a few more quick announcements as we get ready. Like I said, the program is going to continue beyond the lunch. There's going to be lunch break at 1 o'clock, prasadam. And then it will continue in the sanctuary with a lot more nectarian pastimes. We have slated some special speakers who have spent so much more time with Maharaj. And then there's going to be video presentations and some quizzes and a lot of wonderful activities. So make sure you stay back with us after the prasadam in the sanctuary itself. And to those whom we could not get a chance to offer after these two devotees speak, please forgive us. But as I said, we have an opportunity to continue after lunch in the sanctuary. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm very thankful for the Dallas community to organize this event in such a big way. And representing Houston, some of my god brothers and god sisters are from there. And it's a really very good, I would say, I don't have words to explain how I'm feeling. So, as you know, like as a disciple, I can say tons of things about Maharaj, but I would like to bring everyone's attention to one aspect is about his dealings with his god brothers and god sisters. And from day one, from the time I've been seeing Maharaj and getting association, this one aspect is so important in his life. I remember in India, where Maharaj used to go for GBC meetings, and during the GBC meetings, it was, you can meet Maharaj apart from the time when he's free, but as soon as he is surrounded with his god brothers and god sisters, we had to make sure that we are not seen there. Otherwise, then some other blessings was coming later on. So, recently, in 2016, when Maharaj had come for the book launch of The Journey Within, from Dallas he happened to come to Houston. And as we know, the day he landed in Houston, his health was not good. He had a very high fever. You can say fortunately, unfortunately, being a Vaidya, I could check his pulse and it was really very high. And I didn't know how he could compose himself. So for some reason, it was Giriraj Maharaj also was supposed to come to that event of book launch in Houston. And so it was decided that Maharaj would stay in one devotee's house till the time he recuperates. And then the day came when it was a book launch. So Radhanath Maharaj, when I saw on the Vyasasana or on the stage, was a totally different person. No one could say that he is having 104 fever. But after that, the program went up to 9:30, 9:45 at night, and it was time to go home. So Giriraj Maharaj and Radhanath Maharaj stepped out, and both were supposed to go in two different cars. And the car which I was supposed to take in Radhanath Maharaj in with me, Maharaj told me, give me a few minutes, I want to talk to Giriraj Maharaj. So there were few other devotees. We said, yes, Maharaj says we cannot say no. So Maharaj and Giriraj Maharaj sat in one car. And imagine it's like month of May, it's not cold. And they increased the heat in the car. The windows were closed. And other devotees along with me were sitting outside, waiting for their talk to finish. So it went to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. The talk was not getting over. So the devotee who had the car, I told him, make sure that your gas is full in the car. So he went to a nearby gas station, he got the gas and he filled the car as they were talking inside. And after some time, probably, I'm not exaggerating, it was an hour and 45 minutes. Maharaj opened the door and he looked at me and he said, let's go. So we sat in the car. Maharaj sat at the back and I sat in front, and then Maharaj says, Prabhu, I'm really very sorry to keep you waiting, but when it comes to my god brothers and Giriraj Maharaj, I cannot help it. I said, Maharaj, you don't have to say sorry to me. And then we left. And then later on, I told Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, how do we develop or how do we inculcate this aspect of respecting our god brothers and god sisters, like as you do? So Maharaj says that don't try to see them differently than how you want to serve your spiritual master. And once you inculcate that attitude, once you inculcate that habit, you would be more eager to greet them and help them out. And the second example I would give is, I believe it was last year, Giriraj Maharaj Vyasapuja here in Dallas, when it was Radhanath Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj, all were there. Yeah, Kalakanta Prabhu also, yeah. So Radhanath Maharaj health was not good. And the night before I spoke to him, and we spoke about certain things about his health, and I told Maharaj, you should take rest. He said, yeah. He said, Ananteshwar, I don't have enough strength to speak. I don't know how I'd manage. I said, Maharaj, just take rest. So the next day he decided to take rest in his quarters. And 12 o'clock he calls me. He said, Radhanath Swami Maharaj is coming to meet me. I said, okay, Maharaj. And then afterwards, I heard from Radhanath Maharaj that they reached late to the program, Radhanath Maharaj and Radhanath Maharaj. So I called Radhanath Maharaj. I said, Maharaj, what happened? He said, what happened? Radhanath Swami happened. So he said, I came, I was lying down. When Maharaj came, we started talking together. And he said, I don't know from where I got all the energy. He said, it felt like when he came inside, he came with lots of energy and dumped into me. And I could carry on with that. But he said, don't ask what happened after I went to the quarters again. So And so you see that, how Maharaj invests the time in his god brothers and god sisters. And lastly, this is from Pune. We had a event in Pune when it was Loknath Swami Maharaj and Radhanath Maharaj. They were supposed to be the main guest. It was a public event, a Rath Yatra, and we were expecting around 25,000 people. It's kind of that. So on the stage in front of everyone, Loknath Swami Maharaj came, and the organizers had arranged 2 seats to sit them, for both of them, 2 chairs. And one chair was kind of opulent, and one chair was kind of, it's okay, kind of thing. So both were arguing, like, who is going to sit on the opulent chair. And then finally Radhanath Maharaj held Loknath Swami's hand, and he literally pushed him on the chair. And then it also happened, the chair shook and it was about to fall. Maharaj immediately grabbed it and put it on the floor. So this aspect of Maharaj, like, when we see how he communicates with his god brother. And one more time he said, Prabhu, they have given their life to Srila Prabhupada. And I'll conclude with this. In Pune temple, we have 12 Mahajans in the ceiling. They have been, we have a diorama. So when Maharaj came at the initial stage, when the temple was getting constructed, so those places were shown to Maharaj, like, we have these 12 areas and we are going to put 12 Mahajans over there. So Maharaj said, make sure wherever Narad Muni is, Prabhupada should be under him. So how meticulous and how careful Maharaj is when he gives the instruction. And we realize that, okay, this is what it meant after many years. So I'm very thankful to all of you who have come here. And please, pray for us and bless us that we can serve Maharaj to the best of our ability in order to serve Srila Prabhupada and the mission of ISKCON. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Ananteshwar Prabhu. Requesting His Grace Sarvajay Madhav Prabhuji to make an offering. And after that we will have a vote of thanks, and then we'll continue with Pushpanjali.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Radha Kalachanji ki jai. Mukhum karoti vachalam pangun langayate grim yat kripadam deshi gurinditaranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Shri Hari Om Tassad. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Gurudev 75th Vyasapuja ki jai. So let's first pray one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra for dear Gurudev for long life, blissful life, so he can give us more association and stay on the planet for much more longer time as he desire and proper desire. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'm disciple of His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Guru Maharaj, and I've learned a lot from Guru Maharaj and Maharaj Association, Gurudev's Association. So I always wanted to associate with him, meet him, see him, invite him. But as you all know, Maharaj is very private. He's not like publicly, easily, he mingles, But when he's in public, he's like very, very friendly. So I was praying. Then the first time I met him closely was here when our kitchen got burned. So fortunately, I was giving him tour of the burned kitchen. That was not a great experience because he has to walk from all this mess, and he started talking all the questions, and I said, okay, thank you, Krishna. Some closeness I got. Then somehow I came to know he's going to come to meet Guru Maharaj at our house. Guru Maharaj stayed with us for almost 2 months at our house, and he came, and we had good association. We paid obeisances. I have a video we could not show now. This video will showcase the whole beauty of his glories. how compassionate he is with God brothers, humility, and his detail to business. Even though I'm in jewelry business and real estate business and all, how he was asking all the questions, he was looking at everything. So that video will explain the whole glory of Gurudev. And there is one secret part in the video which you might not have. How many of you read Journey Home? You will see in that video where he wrote the entire Journey Home. He himself is explaining his life. It's an amazing video. Prabhuji said we're going to show a little later. So he came home, and then first thing he told is, I have been waiting to meet in this room for many years. And I was like shocked. He's waiting. So then he came to our jewelry showroom, and then Guru Maharaj and him was talking about Nunidham. And what I heard, he announced that Elon Musk one day will announce that. First, I told Gurudev that we have bought this property, and this is 90 minutes from Elon Musk SpaceX. He said, today you're saying it's 90 minutes from Elon Musk. In the future, Elon Musk is going to announce that Nunidham is close to SpaceX. And I said, we have gone through a lot of ups and downs with this property to pay off. But what I realized, if a pure soul announced something like this, and so many other acharyas have blessed, this must happen. For this to happen, we should not give up. So I did not give up. One of the reasons was his statement, his prophecy, that Elon Musk in the future is going to announce this. So imagine for Elon Musk to announce this, we have to do something. Right? So I seek your blessings. And one thing I would like to tell about Nunidham is, Radhanath Swami Gurudev is on the altar. We have Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj on the altar permanently. We have Jayapatak Swami Guru Maharaj on the altar, and Radhanath Swami Maharaj Gurudev on the altar permanently. And the first devotee who moved here is his disciple. The first person, historically, is Balram Prasad Prabhu, who moved to Nunidham. So somehow I feel we have tremendous blessings of Gurudev on us. And one time I told Guru Maharaj in the house, Gurudev, we would like to do a small portion of GV also in Nunidham. He said, okay, you want to be sister or brother? So I thought about it. I said, Maharaj, I would like to be sister, because brother takes care of the sister. So he's so sweet. And my favorite thing about Gurudev, his humility, is so down to earth. Like when he sees a sannyasi, he just falls flat. He just takes blessing. I have never seen anybody in my life with such a humility. And my heart, like I sometimes think I should take maybe some sannyasa from him, or some second initiation from him or something. I love him so much because of his humility. So much humility. And then his hug. How many of you got Gurudev's hug? If you have not got, next time you see him, just run to him and hug. Don't worry. Trust me, when he hugs, usually you feel, when you are in his arms, it's like a mountain hug. And you feel, should I go back or no? But he's not letting you go. He just embraces you in such a way that you feel so peaceful, so loving and caring. And I got that hug a couple of times. So whenever I see him, like my desire is, if I see him, let's get the hug. So if you have not got, of course, Mataji, this lifetime you don't have this opportunity. Spiritually you can hug him as a father. But all the Prabhujis don't miss this opportunity. So Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all the assembled devotees ki jai. Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Sarvajam Madhav Prabhuji. Haribol. So at this time, we are going to wrap up the offerings in part 1. I'm going to do a quick vote of thanks. Like I mentioned, this is going to continue. The nectar, the churning pot will continue after lunch in the sanctuary. And we have set up for playing some really beautiful videos. Sarvajam Madhav Prabhu spoke about one. We have a few more. We even have some fun quizzes for us to learn more about Maharaj's life. So I'm just going to give a quick vote of thanks to, of course, this whole, you all know, most of you spoke about it, very elaborate decorations. And I've heard that of course, I don't know the latest, but there's probably like at least 150 to 200 offerings. And then, of course, there's a huge, wonderful prasadam menu. So I'm going to quickly express our heartfelt thanks to start with His Grace Rasaraj Prabhu, our wonderful senior god brother, to always inspire us and guide us to organize such a big event. We are grateful to him for that. For the Bhoga offerings, I guess Gauri Kumari Mataji and few other Matajis got together. They had targeted 75 offerings, but I think it is well beyond 150 for sure. So thank you for that. The decoration team, I'm sure you all must, I've heard so much wonderful reviews from all of you that you really loved, and if the Vaishnavas are pleased, I'm sure it pleases Guru and everybody else. So I think Devi Radha and Gopi Vallabi Mataji and Sarshti Mataji, Sadanandi Mataji, and something unique that a lot of our university students who come to the various university preaching programs, many of them who are aspiring from Radhanath Maharaj, they put their hands together. A lot of this design and the efforts are by them. I don't know if you are all here. Prayushi, Dinesh, Rishik, if you all are here, and all the decoration team, take a bow for all this wonderful thing. Also, the gifts. There was one more beautiful gift which didn't arrive in time, but Yoga Narasimha Prabhu and Vilasini Mataji, they both were handling the whole gifts. We want to make sure that all the Maharaja's godbrothers and godsisters receive a small token of appreciation, as well as all the senior disciples of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj. So if we were not able to reach you now, we are going to have it. Jai Gaurang Prabhu and Tulsi Sakhi Mataji will make sure that we make that small offering to you all. So thank you to Yoga Narasimha Prabhu and Mataji for all the gifts. And of course, the Prasadam, a huge team. They started probably like 10 days ago from getting the groceries. I think Sham Keshav Prabhuji and Nitai Karuna Prabhu led the whole, just collecting the groceries, followed by, I think Premachandra Prabhu had the team to go for cut-ups. And then of course for cooking, we had Madhavi Lila Mataji, Rasakeli Mataji, Siddheshwari Mataji, and many other Matajis. Please pardon me if I don't remember everybody's names, but know for sure that we are very grateful. And I think you will all clap for this better when I announce what is going to be in the Prasadam menu today. So they were not giving, but I forcibly took the list from them, so you can all be more energetic going into the other things, So here's the menu for today. It's going to be lentil soup, Mediterranean chickpea, spinach, whatever, I don't know what that is, but Mediterranean rice, spana kopita, falafel, pita pockets with tzatziki sauce. I think it's the Mediterranean theme. Couscous salad. I'm not making it up. It's actually written here. Baklava cheesecake, lemon mousse, this huge cake, and then bundi. So many things for us to enjoy. So let's give them a big round of applause to all our wonderful devotees who put this together. And as the devotees take this out, we will, once this is out, we will definitely we'll all stand up after this thing is the prasadam is cleared, and then His Grace Narasimha Nityanand Prabhuji will lead us into the Pushpanjali. So let us take this moment to very sincerely pray at the lotus feet of Sri Radha Kalachandji, to sincerely bless Srila Prabhupada's all spiritual sons, starting with all Srila Prabhupada's disciples. We need them much more than ever, right? All of us know in our life, with Kali Yuga advancing, we need their instructions, their blessings at all times. So we seek the blessings of Sri Radha Kalachandji on this day for the long life and health of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and so that he can continue to inspire us and take us more and more. Not me, Hare Krishna. And so having said this, I think we we are almost ready for this. So let us just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times very loudly as a prayer for all the good wishes for His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj ki jai. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So we are, I think, ready now. Okay, it looks like it will take a few more minutes. Yes. Yeah. Is Abhay Charan here? Anybody would like to do? Gauranga, you want to get? Let's do some kirtan. 5 more minutes. Yes. This table has to go out, so if you don't know.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. So, if we can have the ladies on that side, the men on this side, and come close, because so that when you actually offer the flower petals come on to Maharaj. So, ladies on one side, men on the other side, please. Thank you very much. please make sure you have some flower petals, and those flower petals be offered 9 times. So don't throw all of your flower petals at the same time. So please repeat after me. Om Jnana Timidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jaina Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Shivarshabhanavi Devi Daitai Kripabdhe Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Jvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Deenatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dhvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambhode Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchitananda Namine Gaur Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarva Bhomaha Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Vanchakalpa Turubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhya Vaishnavebhya Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Goratvishe Namaha. Panchatattvatmakam Krishna Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pangor Mama Mandamatir Gati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bhojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Brindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanastho Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Deva Preshtali Bihi Sevyamana Smarami Shriman Rasarasarambi Bamshi Bata Tatastitaha Karshan Venusmanir Gopir Gopinath Shriyestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now we'll do Maharaja's Pranam Mantra 3 times. And each time we'll be offering the flowers 3 times. You'll say Pushpanjali after me, Aisha Pushpanjali. And then we'll offer our obeisances each of those 3 times and then continue like that. Okay? Thank you very much. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swami Niti Namine Aisha Pushpanjali Aisha Pushpanjali Aisha Pushpanjali. Jai Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaja ki Jai. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swami Niti Namine Aisha Pushpanjali Aisha Pushpanjali Aisha Pushpanjali. Jai His Divine Grace Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj Srila Gurudeva ki Jai. One more time. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namine Esha Pushpanjali Esha Pushpanjali Esha Pushpanjali. Jai His Holiness, His Divine Grace, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj's Avirbhav Mahatithi ki Jai. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj's Vyasapuja Mahatsava ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Astotar Sata Shishimad, His Divine Grace, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. So now we'll do Maharaj's Guru Puja. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Sansara dava nalalidhaloka Tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam Sansara dava nalalidhaloka Tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam Tranaya karunya ghana Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaраvinda Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaраvinda Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaраvinda Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhya Manasura Sena Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhyan Manasura Sena Romanchakampa Shrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaраvinda Romanchakampa Shrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaраvinda Shri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Shingaratan Mandiramarjanado Shri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Shukti Radhatan Mandira Marjanado Aradhana Nityanana Shringaratan Mandira Marjanado Yuktasya Bhaktam Shaniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Yuktasya Bhaktam Shanayunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sangha Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadana Triptan Hari Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sangha Kritaveva triptim bhajata sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Kritaveva triptim bhajata sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda O Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda Shri Radhika Madhavayorapara Madhurya Leela Gunarupa Namna Shri Radhika Madhavayorapara Madhurya Leela Gunarupa Namna Pratikshana Swadana Lolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda प्रतीक्षणा स्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द निकुंजयुनो रति केली से ध्याय या याली भेर्यो तिरपेक्षणीया ओ निकुंजयुनो रति केली से ध्याय या याली भेर्यो तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्षादतिवलभास्या वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द तत्रातिदाक्षादतिवलभास्या वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणरविन्द साक्षाद्धरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे युक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव साध्वी साक्षाद्धरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे युक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव साध्वी किन्तु प्रभुर्या प्रिया एव तस्या वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द किन्तु प्रभुर्या प्रिया एव तस्या वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द ओ वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द
वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द
ओ वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द
वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द
ओ वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द
वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्द
यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो Yasya prasada nagati kotopi.
Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado. Yasya prasada nagati gutopi.
Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado. Yasya prasada nagati kutopi.
Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado. Yasya prasada nagati gutopi.
Dhyayan stuvam stasya yasastri sangam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Dhyayan stuvam yasya jasasi sandhyam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Dhyayan stuvam stasya yashastri sandhyam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Dhyayan stuvam yasya jasasi sandhyam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Oh, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Oh, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
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 Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Oh, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Oh, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Radhanath Swami Maharaja, Jaya